Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for asking questions about this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing a 2020 model year limited edition of 500 pieces, 41 millimeters in stainless steel. This is the Sinn 103, a date chronograph. It's versatile enough to be your dress watch, rugged enough to be your sports watch, and of course it has an extravagant and unusual limited edition green metallic finish. So the timepiece measures 41 millimeters in diameter by 16.7 millimeters thick, 47.5 millimeters from lug to lug, and then if you include the end links of the bracelet, its distance across the wrist in total is 51.3 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and when we throw this watch on my wrist, you can see that the watch wears well. I would say that you could probably wear this watch on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, and because the case back is cupped, it actually sinks down to appear and wear thinner than its actual size. You can see from over the top, the lugs are nowhere near the edge of my wrist, and down the barrel, just how much clearance I have. Sinn makes its own cases and bracelets through its SUG subsidiary. Sinn is a German watch company out of Frankfurt. We'll see that in a moment. The bracelet is a handsome and solid sports design with satin-finished primaries, polished intermediates, and they use hex screws rather than traditional flathead screws for the sizable and removable links. Why is that? Because the hex screw can take more torque without squaring off or rounding off. If you look at the flathead screws on a lot of used watches, you will see that over the years, particularly due to incompetence at the boutiques, their screw heads have been rounded off. With these hex screws, that's much harder to do. Now you can see the clasp is a single fold deployant. You have a satin finished clasp body and a polished clamshell lock. Taking a look at the single fold, it is quite sturdy. No concerns about bending or deformation there. There is a pull-out extension, which sure you can use over a dive suit. The watch is 200 meters, but since this is a pilot-style watch, the real intent is to pull it out and use it over a thick flight jacket. You also have 3 divots inside the clasp that allow you to use your strap tool to change the anchoring point of the bracelet and the clasp. So you have the divots, the fold-out, and then the removable links, 3 ways to size this watch. Jumping over the case, it's going to be familiar to Sinn fans. The case design pioneered back in 1997 by the EZM1 and later on the EZM1 reeditions and the EZM 1.1. I have my EZM 1.1 right here, so you can see what I mean by that case profile and lug profile. Highly angular, squared off. The lugs are broken out from the case band. A little bit like the Hoyer Carrera, they give the watch a sharp and strong look without being particularly large. The case band and the lugs are all in high polish. You can see that the bezel is knurled on its edge. It is dark green. We have pump-style pushers, screw-down crown, once again 200 meters water resistant. The bezel, as you can see, is a count-up timer, which is ideal because the chronograph minutes register, as with many chronographs, only goes up to 30 minutes. So if you want to time something between 30 and 60 minutes, it really helps to have that bezel as well. The bezel is well loomed. We'll see that in a moment. Sapphire crystal, handsomely curved and cambered. No-nonsense instrument-style white-on-green printing. The dial is a lovely and lustrous dark green with metallic elements added. It looks like glitter on the dial. The hands are a wonderful, evocative vintage style, including syringe profiles for the minutes and hours, and white lacquered for high legibility. Sinn is based out of Frankfurt, therefore this watch speaks its native language. Its calendar, which is a date, and with a double quick set, you can set the day and you can set the date using that quick set function. The watch also has hacking or stop seconds. We're going to flip it over and take a look at that which Concepto hath wrought. Sinn regulates in-house a top-grade Concepto caliber. The movement's known as the C99001. It's based on the Valjoux 7750, and it's similar in architecture with unidirectional winding, a 44-hour power reserve, double quickset, hacking seconds, 8 beats per second, 25 joules, and as you can see, it has Concepto's distinctive angular fine adjustment mechanism. When you see that angular, almost, I would call it rather sharp-profiled fine adjustment mechanism, you know you're looking at Concepto caliber. So very solid cam lateral clutch chronograph design. You can see that the cam is visible on the reverse side, and it's exceptionally well tuned at Sinn for sharp action. This is a super tough movement in a super tough watch, and a rather rare one at that. A well-loved special edition, long since sold out. 500 pieces for 2020, we have one. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the Sinn 103 date chronograph. Note all 3 primary hands are loomed.